You know, now I know why people didn't really reach out to help me when I was a kid and I wanted to be successful. And I wondered, why are the successful people, why don't you ever hear about them? Why don't they ever talk about what they're doing, where they're going, their trips, where they live? So look, when I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana, little small town in Louisiana. It was a refinery town, mostly labor. My dad was an insurance guy, sales guy. He was a business guy. My mom wasn't educated. My dad was. My dad died when I was 10. He was only 52 years old, which is really young, 5 kids. We grew up on just like saving. The whole concept was save. I always told my mom, I said, Mom, why can't we see how other people are living? Because she thought the rich people were kind of bad, like doctor. I mean, it was just a message about it's out of reach. It's not going to make you happy. Don't set that expectation. Rich people aren't happier than we are. Be grateful for what you have. All that messaging. Why don't the rich people show you behind the scenes? Now I'm starting to find out why. Because the moment I do this video, somebody's going to crack on me, or at least try to crack on me about how I'm showing off. They hide. They get successful and then they hide. It's because they start getting people hating on them and hating on success and resenting them and envious of them. And they finally say, you know what, I'm just going to pull the curtains and nobody's going to see how I live my life, how I got where I'm at, what I'm doing, how I'm operating, how much money I give away to charity. You don't end up knowing anything except, so you don't get to nobody gets to learn anything from these super uber successful guys because they start pulling the curtains in front of them to protect themselves and their family. And as risky as it is, because I know people are going to be like, oh, the guy's driving in his Rolls and he's showing his car off and he's on his plane and showing it off. And he's, shooting video in his apartment, showing that off. Okay, well, what did your family tell you, either overtly or covertly, about rich people? They're good, they're bad, they're evil, they're terrible, they're generous, they're angry, they're hateful, they're think different, to deprogram what maybe is keeping you from having what you deserve. I know my whole life, all I wanted was to have enough to take care of my family. And I knew, because of what happened to me early on, I knew that it had to be a lot. I learned at 10 years old wasn't enough because I saw my mom in terror every day. And I couldn't do anything about it, and I wanted to do something about it. So look, if you're one of those people that wants to do something about your family's financial condition, if you're a guy or a gal out there, like I want to be a good example for my community or my family or my mom and my dad, like you got that ache inside of you that's like, I got to make a difference.